In our previous chapter, we explored the remarkable lives of Umar ibn Al-Khattab, Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi, and Suleiman the Magnificent, three leaders whose strength, wisdom, and justice shaped the Islamic world. But history has given us more than just these three. In this chapter, we will continue our journey by exploring two more extraordinary Muslim leaders: Emir Timur, Tamerlane, the master strategist who built one of the largest empires in history, and Emperor Aurangzeb, the most powerful ruler of the Mughal Empire. These men were warriors, rulers, and reformers, leaving legacies that remain etched in history. Now let's dive into their incredible stories. Among the greatest conquerors in history, few can rival the might of Emir Timur, also known as Tamerlane. Born in 1336 in present-day Uzbekistan, Timur rose from humble origins to become one of the most feared and respected military leaders of all time. Inspired by Genghis Khan, Timur revived the Mongol legacy, but this time under Islamic rule. His military campaigns were nothing short of legendary. With a highly disciplined army, he conquered Persia, Mesopotamia, the Caucasus, parts of India, and even challenged the mighty Ottoman Empire. His victories were swift and brutal, but his strategies were pure genius. Unlike most conquerors, Timur used psychological warfare and intelligence to defeat armies much larger than his own. His most famous battles include the Battle of Ankara in 1402 CE, where he crushed the powerful Ottoman Sultan Bayezid I and took him prisoner, delaying Ottoman expansion for decades. The conquest of Delhi in 1398 CE, where he defeated the Sultanate of Delhi, leaving a mark on Indian history. But Timur was not just a warrior, he was a great patron of arts, architecture, and scholarship. His capital, Samarkand, became one of the most magnificent cities of the medieval world, attracting scholars, poets, and scientists. He built grand mosques, palaces, and educational institutions, leaving behind a cultural and intellectual legacy. Despite his military brilliance, Timur's empire did not last long after his death in 1405 CE. However, his impact on history remained immense. He influenced later empires, including the Mughals, Safavids, and Ottomans. His name continues to be remembered as one of history's greatest conquerors. The Mughal Empire was one of the richest and most powerful empires in history, and its greatest extent was achieved under Emperor Aurangzeb. Unlike his ancestors, such as Akbar, Jahangir, and Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb was a warrior king, expanding the empire to its largest size. Born in 1618, Aurangzeb was a strict ruler who focused on military expansion, Islamic governance, and economic prosperity. He personally led over 30 years of military campaigns, conquering territories across India, the Deccan Plateau, and even parts of Afghanistan. Some of his greatest achievements include the conquest of Bijapur and Golconda, 1686 to 1687 CE, bringing the powerful Deccan Sultanates under Mughal rule, the expansion into South India, extending Mughal control deeper than any emperor before him. Despite being a fierce ruler, Aurangzeb was a deeply religious man. He sought to rule strictly under Islamic principles, removing lavish court traditions and emphasizing justice and discipline. He personally transcribed copies of the Qur'an by hand and lived a simple life, despite ruling one of the wealthiest empires in the world. However, his strict policies also led to internal conflicts, particularly with Hindu rulers and the rise of the Marathas, who would later weaken the empire. After his death in 1707, the Mughal Empire began its slow decline, but his reign remains one of the most influential periods in Indian history. Across centuries, these five great leaders, Umar ibn Al-Khattab, Salahuddin Al-Ayyubi, Suleiman, the magnificent Timur, and Aurangzeb, shaped the destiny of the Islamic world. Each of them contributed to the rise, expansion, and governance of some of the greatest empires in history. Their legacies remain alive today, influencing modern governance, military strategies, and cultural achievements. They were warriors, reformers, and visionaries, proving that true leadership is built on wisdom, justice, and faith. Though centuries have passed, their names continue to inspire. They are not just figures of history, they are symbols of Islamic strength, resilience, and honor. Title: The Legacy Lives On. On screen text as the screen turns black.